Hey everyone, it's Cassie with LDRS Creative, and today we're going to go a little wild. We're going to be using this older stamp set from LDRS Creative called Safari. It has these adorable safari critters. There are 14 clear stamps and 10 coordinating dies in this set. And we're also going to be using some Raven hybrid ink as well as some stamping mask paper. So if you need any of these things, there are links in the description below. Be sure to pick them up after you watch the video. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by working on a piece of scrap cardstock cut to 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. It's the same size as my front panel. And I'm going to mark on this scrap paper about 1 inch from the bottom of the card. And then I'm also going to find my center line. I'm creating a map, essentially, or a sketch of the finished card so I can figure out my alignment for things. So I'm going to start by stamping my first zebra right in the center. And then I'm going to kind of center 2 more zebras and then 2 more zebras after that. So I have a line of 5 zebras. This will tell me exactly where to put each one of my zebras. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a mask using some stamping mask paper. You've seen me use it before. There's a shiny side and a not shiny side. You're going to stamp on the not shiny side and then go ahead and fussy cut that out. We only need 1 mask, so you're only doing this 1 time. After you have it cut out, you can go ahead and use a craft knife or your fingernails to peel apart the front from the back. Now go ahead and grab a stamping tool. We're going to place a card panel in one of the corners. It will be the same size as your sketch, so you can go ahead and lay your sketch on over top. This will tell us where we need to put our zebras. We're going to start with the first zebra, the zebra we want in the very front. So I want the 4th zebra over to be in the front. So I'm going to line up the stamp on top of that zebra, pick it up with the lid, remove the sketch, ink up my stamp with some Raven hybrid ink, and then go ahead and close the lid and press down. And this will give me my first zebra. Now when you're doing masking, whichever thing you stamp first will be the closest to the viewer. Everything else will be behind it. So we're going to put our mask on over top of that, and then we can stamp the zebras right next to our first zebra. Just using that sketch again to line up your stamp, pick it up, move your sketch, stamp down. Just repeat that for the next zebra over. After stamping this 3rd zebra, we are going to need to move the mask over. So just peel it off, move it over, and stick it back down. Then go ahead and put your sketch back in place, line up your zebra, and continue the process. When you're finished stamping your 5th zebra, you are finished with your mask, so you can go ahead and store that either with your stamps or on the sketch sheet if you want to keep your sketch. So now we're going to go ahead and start coloring. The first 3 zebras, as well as that last zebra in the row, I'm going to go ahead and color as the traditional black and white zebras. For right now, I'm skipping over that first zebra that we stamped, the one that is in front of everybody else. Now it's time to get creative and colorful and color your last zebra any way you want. I'm going to do it rainbow, but you can do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. Remember, you don't have to stick with traditional colors for anything. This is stamping, this is art. Have fun with it. Once we have it all colored, we're ready to add our sentiment. So I'm bringing back in my stamping tool. I'm just going to place my panel right back in that bottom corner. Now we want to center our wild about you right underneath our colorful zebra. A little trick for checking your alignment is to go ahead and put some acetate over your card and stamp it and see what it looks like. Our hybrid ink, you can wipe off of acetate. If you want it to be permanent on acetate, you need to heat set it. But if you don't heat set it, you can go ahead and wipe it right off. So once we have it aligned perfectly, we can go ahead and remove the acetate, ink up our stamp, and go ahead and stamp in our sentiment. To finish this up, I'm going to use a top folding 4-bar card, which has a finish size of 3.5 by 5, which is a little bit smaller than a traditional card, but it's a fun size to work with. And I'm covering that with some sparkly glitter black paper. Then I'm going to take a sheet of craft foam and cut out a rectangle that fits underneath my panel. This will allow you to mail it without it getting crushed because the foam is under the entire panel. I'm just going to adhere that to my panel and then adhere that to my card front. And guess what, guys? We are done. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. We don't want you to miss any future videos. There are links in the description below to products used as well as other places you can find LDRS. There's also links to where you can find me. Have a wonderfully wild day.